Everyone, and welcome to the Guild Wars 2 Lightbringers podcast, episode 34. Today, we will be showing you around our favorite places in Tyria, as well as back alleys. There is... Wait, what did you say? You have to say again.
It's almost as though you should just unmute us and let us have full free reign at the start of the episode, Jebro.
Oh, no, I did.
Stop fighting it.
I did, but your thingy was down. It was not really low, and there was no way that was going to get picked up. And I was like, it was funny.
Okay, yeah, it was funny. So let me now re-explain the funny thing that I said a few seconds ago. Yeah,
because that always is great.
I think it'll be just as fresh as the first time. Yeah, I feel good about it. I mean, I was just surprised that we're going to back alleys. I'm gonna need a very different outfit, and it's gonna need a lot more fishnet than I expected for this stream today. So
it's very shiny as well.
I'm gonna need a little bottle of VHS cleaner.
Wait, what?
do you use that for?
What?
Do you know what poppers are?
I know what poppers are, yes. Oh my god.
Do you know what poppers are?
Yeah, of course I do.
No, what
Like the gay poppers, not like the pepper poppers.
No, well,
there are different kinds.
All right. Okay,
You mean like I'm not talking about party poppers.
No. So Kroofs, they weren't originally okay. Like back in the day, all right, and this is
VHS
releasing
cleaner.
a little bit of information. Well, back in the day, they were just things that people picked up before they went to clubs. It wasn't for anyone specific.
Yeah.
It's just like
I think it's a vasodilator, so it makes you kind of like
basically you put a little pot up to your nose and you get a little bit of a high off it, basically.
Well, then what's the difference between the straight and the gay version?
No, like they were like there is no difference.
It tends one of the bottles comes with a rainbow sticker and the other one comes with a football.
There is a difference, and it does something specific. It relaxes you in specific areas.
Yes, it's a muscle relaxant for certain things.
Okay, great. Wow.
This is an educational
the more
stream.
You know.
Just be careful if you're on any blood pressure medication or blood thinners, because it can be bad.
Okay,
but
well,
back in the day in England, it was just a legal high that most people just used. Very generally.
That's totally legal and completely fine. I mean, I've been pansexual for a long time now. I was born like that, but I did not know about this. So I guess I'm learning it. I'm guessing I'm learning it now.
I've never tried them, but I heard that it's more so just like a brief.
It's very brief, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very brief.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just
great. Well, welcome everybody to the Lightbringers podcast.
Of sniffing Sharpies.
they're like, yeah, we are never getting these guys on the actual live show ever again.
You said back alley.
It was my fault.
And then Rook took it with a fishnet, and I said VHS cleaner. Easy transition.
Actually, wait, no, it was not my fault. It was Rook's fault then.
I don't think it was my fault. I think it was definitely Jebro's fault. So I'd like us to just go ahead and just put a pin in that and just leave it at that. And I've had some light brought to me today. I've learned some things. Light has been shed on stuff. I'm gonna have to go figure out how I get in on this, I guess. But let's maybe talk about other things pertaining to Guild Wars.
Maybe that's a bright idea. Yeah.
If there were poppers in Guild Wars, I'm joking.
No.
No.
You know what? For once, I'm gonna put a stop to this.
Oh, wow.
Progress.
Fine. Progress has been made on the Lightbringers podcast. Okay, I'm just adjusting this because I realized I didn't edit my other window, so we're just doing that quickly, and we're good. Okay. Today we are going to be talking about
Poppers.
On it. Sick. Well, you just I mean. Apparently,
you better misdirect. You better
just
misdirect.
so everyone knows, like I literally says like in the YouTube description thing, it says this is a mature podcast, like that people like this is fave rating, etc. Okay,
mature rating meaning rated R.
I really love how you said like this is a mature podcast. It's like rated over 18, and we literally started off stream today with Kroofs talking about the fact that they were the first underage ArenaNet partner. So I think we're doing great here.
We are doing great.
This is true. This is true. This is the deep Kroofs lore.
This is deep crew floor. This is deep crew floor. But I mean, you have hit 21 now. So I mean, you've hit that. You've exceeded it. You've gone past it. So you're old and ancient like the rest of us.
I can legally go to bars and get some wine and a beer
and some poppers.
Yeah.
I would not advise all of them together. I just learned about poppers today, but I think you should never mix all of them. Just don't do that. Be careful to yourselves. Be kind.
Be careful to yourself. Okay.
Hi everyone.
Oh, I needed this today.
I
so
love
bad.
seeing your face and hello chat. Welcome to the podcast.
Good to see you all. It's so different to be talking about these things. What we're doing is
different. I feel like it's pretty much par for the course at this point in the Lightbringers podcast.
We do have to start
like
with something random. That's okay. I totally. It's the Happy Friday. Exactly. That's what it is. Before we start and talk about the other things, thanks so much for joining us live, whether or not you're on Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, Google, Amazon, whatever the hell this is on that you're listening to. Thank you very much. Also, if there is a comment section, please drop us some questions, because our final show of the year is going to be a review of Guild Wars 2 in 2022, as well as Q&A. And I would love some questions. So please, in the comments below on YouTube specifically, you are viewing a lot on there. Chuck a like, chuck a comment, subscribe if you want to, get notified of future episodes, but make sure that you ask a question to us about Guild Wars 2, about the year, about things you might want to, talk about and hear from us about. Otherwise, I'm going to ask these wonderful people if they could please introduce themselves and tell us what they do while I time someone out.
Hello. Yes. I am Rook. My pronouns are she and her, and I love that we talk about pronouns here. Just non sequitur to anything. But
yeah, absolutely.
but
Very relevant. Thank you.
Definitely unrelated to the timeout. But I'm Rook, pronouns she, her, and I do a variety of different MMORPG content. So I stream a lot. I mostly play Final Fantasy XIV and Guild Wars 2. I'm a Arena Net partner. And I just love talking about MMOs as a genre. I've been doing as well a lot this year is shoutcasting and hosting and other events too. So it's been amazing to get to connect with that aspect of MMORPGs with all of you as well. But you can find me on Twitch and over on YouTube at Rookery. That's spelled ROOKURI. And wherever I am, I'm probably laughing about something and doing dumb things. So if you're into that and you want to laugh and do dumb things too, feel free to come join us.
Sounds like a good time to me. Make sure you check out everything in the description below. You will find Rooks and Kroofs information. The Twitch information, not their phone number.
All my personal details, my dating profile, my
astrological sign, the name of my first pet,
blood type.
I was going to say something else. Not going to. Kroof, what do you do? And where do you live?
Hi everyone, I'm Kroof. My pronouns are he, him, but I also respond and appreciate they and she. I also do a lot of YouTube videos. I've been doing a fair amount and some more videos up on my Patreon early, of course. Gotta plug that. And then also I stream here on Twitch, usually like around every day of the week or so, usually Guild Wars 2, but we might be spicing it up with some other things. And I also have a deep passion for Guild Wars 2 and also its environment art. So I'm really happy to be on this podcast.
Oh, you mean this episode specifically? We could do this.
I meant like generally, that.
Okay.
I wanted to make it more general too, but yes, this one in particular.
Kroof is like, normally I don't like being on this podcast, and it's really agony. But today, this episode is good. So.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I like doing the in-game stuff because it's giving our opinions about things for sure. And I think I'd like to do something about the new player experience again on Steam specifically because we haven't gone over that. That could be another one. But yes, I'm Jebro, he, him pronouns. If you would like to check out the podcast on a weekly basis-ish, kind of weekly, about between 1 and 2 p.m. Pacific, depending on what's going on that day. On a Friday, normally. It may change the next episode, but I'll let you know on Twitter and all the things. So please Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Chuck a question for our next episode, as well as just general questions, because I think I might have a Q&A answer. Well, we'll have a Q&A section maybe in the last 15-20 minutes of each future episode in 2023, which I think would be quite cool. It's something that the guild was to... Oh, man, what are they called? The two guys. Oh, they're from my friends. Damn it. I can't remember what their podcast is. I've told you to listen to it.
Legends of Tyria?
Yes. They have like a phone line that they phone in on. And I was like, I'm not sure I would want to get a phone line, but I don't mind the comments, like Q&A stuff. Like, that's
Especially not live.
Yeah, no, can you imagine that? But they have like a recorded thing, which is very cool. But yeah, check all the things. Be appreciated. Other than that, I'm going to try and get my words together. Sorry, it's been a bit of a week, everyone, you know? It really has. I'm going to chuck us into game. But in Guild Wars 2, there are so many wonderful, wonderful places that we'd like to visit. We've actually had a previous episode, which I might link in here. We had the Crown Herald on for that one last time. I couldn't get hold of him this time, unfortunately, because it was a bit late notice, as in this morning, when I kind of thought about this idea, because I've been so tired. I just didn't even know what I was going to do the show on today, and almost didn't happen. So thank you to our guests for being patient with me and giving some ideas as well. But honestly, like just getting into game and experiencing kind of the things in game as well, and having a look at these wonderful sites that we do see, because obviously you can all probably relate to taking screenshots in MMORPGs in some kind of way, and some of the places you might do that in, you know. And I thought, let's take you on a little bit of a ride to some of our favorite places, and it might not be where we go all the time, every day. It might be just one of those places where we leveled up and we're like, oh man, that was a cool thing that I just remember. And this is, I thought we'd start with one of mine, which actually I think there's, and the event's going to start to even open it up, because I don't know if it's open right now. I'm going to try and say it. The Great Outtro.
Oh, Jebro, I think you're missing
the
the
POI.
I think you're missing the inflection on it. So I'm going to need you to try again.
Oh.
No, one more time, Jebro.
The Great.
Yeah.
Outtro.
No.
No, close.
Just take it up a little bit more.
A little bit higher, pitch it a little higher.
Are you trying to get me to say the thing?
I don't know what
Trying to
that
get
was.
to say the thing. I said the thing. I said the thing in Crucible. If you go and watch that. Go and watch that. Go and watch that. I say it in that. I was commentating. I was commentating Crucible for Amazon Game Studios, and all the devs were watching. And I'm
You
just like,
said but
Not
you
on
won't say
purpose.
it on this podcast.
I said it. I didn't
Don't
say it
be
on purpose,
ashamed.
though.
Don't be ashamed. Embrace yourself.
Oh, I
Embrace your
don't.
true self.
I
I
have you
actually
seen my
hadn't-
stream?
I had no idea that this was actually called the Great Uwu until you mentioned it, right?
Yeah.
Like when we were teleporting over here. I mean, honestly, I love that we've been doing these, and like you brought up, Jeb, I mean, whether or not you're looking at screenshots or you're just somebody who is curious about the open worlds of Guild Wars 2, there's so many things that I think we blast past all the time, or we don't even really pay attention to, or maybe we just forgot about, or maybe you're a new player and you were just hurrying through the story. This world has so many cool little things, and this is definitely a really neat little spot.
Yeah, and it's only a really small cheeky little spot. The reason why, and so I'm gonna read this off the wiki. You're right. We've shown off like some big areas and maps before, but there's just these little vistas or even just points of interest, which is what Kroofs said, where they're just kind of cool and they're just random little places. But this one specifically, I'm going to read this. The Great I don't know, whatever, is a huge rock formation worshipped by the Groll that takes the shape of a face. Within the rock formation is an Asuran lab used by Frane, I think it is Frane or Franen, I don't know how to say that amplifies his voice to order the Groll around, and in turn making them aggressive to others. After defeating Frane, the cannons in the eyes disappear, which is what we can kind of see right now because the event's not up, and can be jumped into, although the player is pushed back into the room every time, which is a lie actually, because they changed that, because you can actually get into the eyes from the outside
With a mount?
yes.
Oh.
So we can try, but Also, funnily enough, this used to be a POI which was blocked off via an event, and I actually think it still is. I can't remember, but do you remember in Core Guild Wars 2? I'm not sure if you had this problem, Rick, when you started, but there were some POIs and hero points that were blocked off. You couldn't do them unless like the event was up, right? And this was one of them. So like people would always be waiting. And I can't actually know if that's the case anymore with this one specifically.
I feel like most of those POIs, their radius of triggering has maybe been increased, because I don't remember in recent time when I've like come around here, I don't remember having to do the event to get it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have to like walk up to the door and like it'll proc.
Map completion did. Oh,
yeah.
actually,
Completion also used to include World versus World. I remember that.
Oh, actually, I
It
had one
did.
pushed out. Oh, damn. Okay, this side again pushed out, but you can see Kroof through there. But yeah,
you can come around. You can come around and, like you said, use a mount and then get over to it. I mean, this is so cool. I do wonder. I mean, was it just carved into the mountain, and then later Frame the Asura realized that like the Grawl revered it, so he set up a lab and decided to make them as minions? Was it just like a natural formation? Is it like we were talking about one of the Giganticus, Lupicus or something, like a skull or something that actually kind of petrified here or became part of this formation? I don't know. It's cool.
This almost looks like something that would also be in Ember Bay, because Ember Bay from Living World Season 3 has a couple like skull heads. They're a little bit
wonder
more
what one of my other one is. That could be an one I have a little tiny bit, but that's okay. But you're right. Yeah, it's that same. Yeah, it's very similar.
I feel like because this was created back when mounts were not a thing in Guild Wars 2. So when you get on a sky scale, I feel like the perspective was supposed to be like really forced, but when you're on a mount and you're looking straight on, it kind of looks funny. It doesn't look as menacing.
It looks bizarre, doesn't it? Because but when the event, there's definitely an event that still goes on, and those do get destroyed. It looks better without them in there, but it's interesting.
I wonder what the lore is on this. Yeah.
I mean,
it's so strange.
I'm on the wiki, but there's a trivia bit to it, and the Great Uwu is themed after the great floating head Zardos in the movie Zardos. Oh.
Is it
really?
an Easter egg?
Interesting. Zardos is a 1974 science fantasy film written, produced, and directed by John Borman and stars Sean Connery and Charlotte Rampling. Oh my God, reader! This is the movie. All right, so listen to this link. All right, listen to this link. You know that costume on the gem store, right? That is kind of small, and it's got these little set of small pants, not trousers, but English pants, wire fronts, little underwear, and it's got this other thing on top, so you kind of look a bit caveman-y, right? Reader Geek put a picture of Sean Connery in our Discord of Sean Connery from this movie where he's wearing this tiny little thing that looks like he's a caveman, and it's from this movie. And it's from this movie because it's on the front of the movie, and it's what that is so random. That is so random because this has got nothing to do
really
with
that movie.
That is so weird. It's called. I'm gonna put it in the chat actually. But this is apparently, and I can see it's the stone face, but that's very interesting. How random.
Maybe the Grawl reminded them of Sean Connery in a loincloth. I don't know.
They're primitive,
There is a link there.
Modesty.
It's links to
a modesty loincloth.
I can't believe it. That is absolutely amazing. Oh, the things you know, the things you learn. Today has been a learning day, hasn't it, everyone? Oh.
We've all learned so much.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so now we've found something else out, and apparently I need to go watch this movie. Where would one of you two perhaps like to go to next? Do you have a spot that you have in mind?
Do you have any pressing you wanted to show it off?
Oh, jeez. I mean, there are definitely. Oh yeah, there are definitely a couple. I have one that's not too far off from this one as far as like theme goes, which is if we go up to Bitterfrost Frontier.
Yes. Wait, I forget about this map so often.
I like this area. It's good. It's good.
Which bit?
I love this area. We're going to Dragon's Teeth. Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Cool. Can we get? We can get in there, right?
Oh, and you're going to the spring area.
The spring. You have to go here with part of the story stuff, but for all that this map can be kind of a hassle to like navigate and to deal with. I've come here multiple times to farm various things. I think a lot of us have, right?
Yeah.
I've always really loved the little nook back here with the hot springs because I think it was one of the first areas that was, I don't know, really, it made me rethink what we could see from like the Norn areas because it really is just like snow and mountains, but you get these little touches like you pointed out with Uwu, right? Or you get these areas that I think almost kind of set things up for that more like Pacific Northwest inspiration we would see. And one of the things that I've always loved about this area is not only the hot springs itself, but also the kind of like druidic, Celtic, swirly carvings that are on the walls. I really love this like hot spring that's down here. Right now it's not pretty.
I was gonna say, yeah, we
in...
can do the event if you want. If anyone wants to come and help us do the event, we can do that so we can show you how good it looks. But yeah, it doesn't. It's definitely prettier than this.
It's all corrupted right now with the ice fruit and the big thing that's happening here. But I just think this area is so cool, and I really enjoy it. Like every time I come through it, I really wish we had like a Norn Hot Springs episode kind of thing, where we actually got to see some kind of huge Norn hot spring complex and like get a sense of culture and things around that because it is something that plays a big role in a lot of other cultures and even in, I mean, I know I had friends who went to like Russia, for example, and they were telling me about like the hot springs and then jumping out of the hot springs and doing the ice dives and then like beating your back with tree leaves and all this stuff. Like,
oh, cool.
So I've always really liked this little corner, just personally. I think it's neat, and the quaggins in here that kind of tend it are charming.
Yeah.
And then you also get some Jotun carvings as well, kind of mapping out, I believe these would be like astrological star maps or something.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
I love it. I think this little spot is so neat. It does feel like you said, that Jotun influence is in here too, where I feel like you just get this different look at this zone. And I love what they did for like Drizzlewood Coast later, but this felt like really one of the few pockets where we got a lot of that. Other than, I mean, there are some little snippets of that where you get into like, the lower half of Wayfarer Foothills and Timberline Falls, right? Where you get more of that, like, things are thawing out greenery, but still that kind of Arctic feel, which I think is just really beautiful. I love this spot.
Yeah, these rock formations and stuff, they look like kind of knives in coming out of the ground. It's really like, I don't know. It feels really harsh, but also not at the same time because of like the different. I guess that could be a way of like showing the event and whatnot as well.
Yeah,
as being,
I think
like,
the contrast is nice.
Yes.
Because like the environment is jagged, but then you have like these quaggin and people like in the hot spring kind of just like lounging around. It's like you find a little cozy pocket in this very harsh environment.
Which is what the area is anywhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, good way of looking at it, to be honest.
And the little the little stone circle areas, like where it seems like there have been like rituals that have been performed, or you get the stuff that you need for that one tonic. And then, like as you pass through these cuts in the stone, there are these gorgeous carvings in them. So I just have always found that this place gets my imagination going, and I think it's so beautiful.
It's one of those times where you wish you had like you could go into your mount and just get those screenshots.
I forget that the quaggin are here. I was like, there were quaggin in Bitterfrost Frontier?
Yeah.
There were. I think they even in the like water sections have like a little spot. They have like a little village kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there is also it's like a JP that goes through here, but there's a little higher up shrine somewhere that I'm looking for. That's like tucked away. That's a little nook that you can get to. Oh, it's up here. It's up here.
Yeah. This where it's
Maybe.
across these. You see where this little
Before
thingy
sky
is.
scales. This jumping puzzle is actually pretty fun.
This is where you get to it. Here, I think, as far as I remember. Or where you are, actually. I think it's the next part, yeah. Oh, no. Oh, this is a different part. This is the chest here.
Yeah, there's like a little spot up here.
But you're in a different spot.
The
Yeah, that's the
sad,
bit.
dead Quaggan.
But this thermal tube takes you somewhere. Oh, you take the thermal tube, and then you get to explore the other, like the tops. And there's a vista over here as well.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. You're right. I don't think I ever actually took that
Ooh, a
thermal
chest.
tube all the way up.
Oh, maybe I didn't either, actually.
Oh, it's so pretty. You can see the like spring and where the water comes down from the mountains.
I actually don't think I've ever seen that bit
Oh,
before.
That's really
funny.
cool.
Oh, no, I must have, because the vista's there. I didn't go out that far, maybe. Huh. Funny. That's not
Sometimes
bad
I
screenshot.
forget to like take a moment to pause and actually watch the vista all the way through. Just like map completion, you're like going from one thing to the next, but sometimes it can really just allow you to breathe and take in the environment and kind of remember that you're playing an RPG as well.
Oh,
Which
Yeah.
is really
I
nice.
definitely watch them all through, and then I take 50 million screenshots. Like, I am not good at getting through things sometimes. I'm just like, I'm always like the views, and I think a lot of the time I compare, because when I traveled around the world, and it was like you would always get to these places. So you know when you go anywhere and there's a nice view, and you think about the places you've been and stuff, and you're like, wow,
My
this really looks
bathroom.
like etc. etc. You've been to more places in your bathroom.
I can only hope.
I don't know.
The
Maybe
grocery
Kroofs'
store.
bathroom is amazing.
Yes.
It's not underrate Kroofs' bathroom.
I mean, if we look at it in a global perspective, the world is our bathroom. So
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this, but
that's
okay.
what the English say anyway on the night
Sure.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Wow, we've had, we've
Kroofs,
had
so
some
take-
questionable advice today, and or
Kroofs, take us to your bathroom by all means.
yeah, I love the spot. That's my spot. I think it's beautiful. I
It is
still
a
like to
very
come
great
back here.
spot. Yeah, I love it. It's great.
actually,
think
you
I wrote
reminded me
that
of
down.
another spot. And while we're here, this was not something that I had planned, but
Okay.
I want to go take a trip over to the forest area because
Okay.
these trees are some of the tallest trees in Guild Wars 2.
Yes.
And not gonna lie, if this is Echoveld Wilds, I'm just saying.
I agree. I always thought that this little spot had so much potential. Like, if they were to do a zone where you could go up trees like this and there were all kinds of structures built into them and like things hidden up in the treetops, it always felt like this could have been another extended zone where there are just
Yeah.
these gargantuan behemoth trees.
Like Ewoks. Like the
yeah,
Ewoks
like the
had.
Ewoks.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, they tried, didn't they, with the Outtro? It doesn't work. That's what they tried, right? I think that's
Well-
what they were trying to get to, but it didn't really feel.
Like with
Good.
Verdant Brink.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you know how there's that
Well,
little
I think
small
there's
section.
a way. There's a way to do it. I think you really have. If you want to go with that motif, you really have to make it the entire map, and it probably
Yeah,
can't
that's
be
true.
super big in terms of the actual width of it. It would
They are big,
be
aren't they?
more vertically diverse.
They-
So I would love to see an actual map dedicated to it, something like an Echovald forest map, maybe, where like I think the pathing just had to be a little bit better and not as sparse.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just getting killed by them.
Because this is such a cool aesthetic. I love the sense of scale, which with Guild Wars 2 sometimes I feel like you might miss out on because you have so much camera control in terms of the field of view, how your camera is positioned. So with the innate scale of these trees, it's like no matter how your camera is positioned, you feel small, which I really enjoy.
There's a mushroom here, so you can go up a certain amount, but this does really remind me of like Ewoks and stuff, like, or the idea of that, which is what you were saying, Rick. Like that really brought like, you know, their villages and stuff. And I guess I'm just remembering that from the last one of the films. I can't remember if it's. I think it's 2. Oh, technically it would be 5, but like.
It feels a lot like the redwoods in California.
Yeah, I
Um,
need to go there. I've never been.
I actually, that is a place I have been to. I
See?
have seen the redwoods.
See?
Yeah, there you go. Your bathroom and the redwoods.
Yes.
There you go.
Excellent. Oh yeah, this is great.
Also, these mushrooms are so cool.
Yeah,
Like the detail on the bottom.
they're
Yeah.
different, right? Yeah, I don't think I've seen those before.
Yeah, and I agree with you in that it does feel different from like Echo Vault, because Echo Vault, I feel like they definitely leaned into the sort of, I don't know, almost the forest is a cathedral in a sense, in that, like, which I actually love and I do think is beautiful, but that the foliage and the trees and everything are so dense that you do almost feel like you are going through these like passageways, hallways, the buildings and things that come up out of it aren't so much like built up into the treetops as it is like the whole place is kind of this dense, twisty sort of area. And then occasionally you have these areas where it opens up, and as you get higher or further, you do see these different things. But I agree with you in that here, I think because of the spacing of the trees and like you said, the way that like the scale they're rendered on and everything, you do get much more of a sense of these, I don't know, almost like they are like legs of giant ents or something, right? Like just these huge, massive trees, and with the little like fungal growths, I guess, that come off of them, it also gives you that sense of like, oh, what is up higher? Like if I can just get up there, what mysteries are up in the treetops, or what things might be up there, or their little, I don't know, encampments or things to keep them up elevated above whatever's happening on the ground. It's very cool.
And this area is very close to the human woodland cascades. And that just also gets my imagination running as well. It's like if we ever happen to have an expansion or some type of season where we go up north, if these trees will kind of also be in the area, because these trees are so distinct. And the woodland cascades, it's like, it's in the name, woods. I think this aesthetic is really cool. And it's definitely different from the jungle, because the jungle felt more like a jungle than it really did feel like a forest, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird because there isn't really these trees anywhere else. I'm looking, and I can't remember it, because I remember like the Norn and like the Shiver Peaks and everything else. Like these, I remember I love leveling up in those areas. So if I have a level, normally I just go back through them, and there's definitely nothing like that up until here. Where are we again? Okay.
Northwest.
Yeah, I guess. Interesting. You think about where are other areas, because I guess like going towards Drizzlewood, and they're kind of out of the north. Yeah, I guess what there. Okay. Yeah, that would be cool. I would like to see that. Living World. That's another thing I want to do. Living World, like where are we going next? Because I'm kind of like Canva's cool, but at the same time I'm like, there's some other place. Wait, what?
Not
good?
you, not
You
you
good, Kroofs?
sidetracking Cantha.
Oh
Not
God,
you
I
saying
know.
Cantha's cool. What?
That's all right.
How dare? How dare?
I enjoyed it, yeah, for sure. Like, I don't go back there much. I'm not like when I was picking out areas of like of awesomeness. I didn't think about it as much. Honestly.
Really? I
Yeah,
spent
no
most
way.
of my time just in Cantha since it was released. I really love like hanging out or idling in Arborstone or like going to the different zones.
Arborstone I go to a lot.
Services.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I do want to see more of Cantha for sure, but I agree in that
I mean, look
think
at this.
there are
This is amazing.
there's a lot of different zones that we could definitely get a different perspective on or more of, but they might take us
You're
somewhere
right there.
totally different too. We have no idea. Like we might go to a part of the planet that we've never even seen yet, and they might explore
That's so
something
cool.
totally different.
I would
So
love to go. Like, I hope expansion 4 takes us somewhere where we have never been to in the Guild Wars IP, both in Guild Wars 1 and in
I
Guild Wars
agree.
2.
Like I would
Yeah,
really like that.
yeah.
Honestly, I would like to have an idea, because I think they've built off nostalgia for a long time for different things. And I know that obviously there's new stories and there's obviously new places we've seen, but like they've definitely built off like this nostalgia's like they're running out of it as well. So it'd be interesting to see how they can. Yeah, it is really interesting to see where we go. I'm on this gliding path and I've never been on it before. And I
The
was just
ley
like,
lines.
what is happening here? Like I've never seen it, but it's cool because I can go first person and kind of get, like, you could genuinely get quite a cool.
Shall we visit maybe another more warm area?
Oh
that I
yes,
have
let's
in
do
mind?
it.
You have
Let's
one in
do
mind.
it.
You now you're a fan of Right, no, sorry. You take your place. Finish your place.
We're
I'm
gonna
inspired.
go. Oh, there's a couple areas that we could go to. You know, I've been spending a lot of time in Path of Fire as I recently just finished my playthrough on my
Cool.
Steam account.
Okay.
And I kind of want to take us to over. I'm gonna ping it in chat.
I've got
Okay,
one
okay.
in I've got one in Desert Highlands, which I
What
like.
kind of? Do you have a teleport to friend? Or do you not have any of the waypoints? Or are you good?
I've got no. I've got one in Desert Highlands, which is which I have one in mind. That's all. Not like
okay,
I have map completion on this. This character has been everywhere in the game. This is the only one which I have. Who I just finished that because I switched main characters 2 or 3 times, and then I was like, I haven't got one character that I've finished everything on. And I've been to every area, and I was like, I need to do that on one character. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna do some of these masteries for not masteries, sorry, the achievements for the base flipping legendaries, and that takes you everywhere.
Didn't we come here for a previous one? Unless you're taking us somewhere different.
Wait, now I'm forgetting. Wait, where did we go last?
Were you taking us over to the actual Vitendi arena?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're actually gonna go into the brand.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't go there, I don't think.
All right. Because I remember us previously talking about the potential of the Vitendi arena and like how it seemed as though in this area they had more planned, but had never actually panned it out. So I'm curious to see where you're going to take us.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think we did come to this place, but we're gonna. I feel like we should spend. We should maybe spend. I wanted to explore a little bit more of Kodash Bazaar because this area is so densely structured, but it's just painted in brand, which makes it a little bit of a difficult traveling experience.
Okay.
But I do like to spend time with the skimmer or on your sky scale, and you get to kind of go into the market area and see just what it is desolate, but I think the architecture is really beautiful.
I like the ground and stuff with the paving.
Yes.
Yeah.
I recommend going on your skimmer.
Yeah, I made the mistake of coming in here on my sky scale, and now I am paying for it.
Okay.
I also was on my sky scale.
I was on my raptor, so I'm failing now.
This is one of my greatest regrets about this area because I totally agree with you. I love the stuff in here. I think it's so cool, but I find it so arduous to navigate.
Yeah.
Because it's not just the, you have to be on a special mount and you have to try and hide. It's also all of the like really intense enemies, and if you're going through it for the first time, they just destroy you if you get caught or knocked off your mount. Or so I feel like I didn't really get to explore this area that much initially because I just wanted to be done with it. I was like, I don't want to be here ever again. I hate this. I can't take anything in.
Get into the bubbles, right? And like trying to find one of those bubbles and panicking about that.
But as you explore, there are like little trade caches and treasure chests hidden within the area. So it feels like you should explore this area. I just totally agree. It was a very different decision to make it where half of the map is constantly proccing you with damage, which puts you into combat stance, which slows your movement speed, which limits your access to certain mounts. And maybe if it was more so, like if this area of effect damage was simply kept to the meta, like when the meta is active, it gets more treacherous and more dangerous. I think that would have also added a different hue to playing through the meta, but now it's just kind of a little like nothing's going on, but I understand it's a brand and everything, but like
but look at the sky. Look at the sky. The sky, I don't actually know if I've seen a sky. I've got like a really cool kind of screenshot of just like the arse of Joker in the background, I guess, which makes it even better, obviously. But like where we are all at the moment, it just looks so epic.
And then where,
really
where
does.
I'm I'm kind of like outside of the brand. I'm like right left. You actually,
You're right
you
left.
can kind of. Oh yeah, I'm right left. I'm over by the left and to the left of the brand, but there's this like town area, and it looks like it should be populated with the civilians, but it's been taken over by the brand, and not the brand, but the brand did. So it's kind of just like this very hostile town, and all of the branded are veterans. So they're kind of more, they're tougher, but they're spaced out quite a bit, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, this area is gorgeous.
But you get to see like the statues of Joko, and I just would have loved to have had a little bit more of a reason to kind of explore this region.
There's just some achievements. I think that's about it. I can't remember.
Are there even achievements?
Yeah. There's to get the what's it called? There was a Griffin one here. I'm pretty sure for Griffin, but there was like a what is it? I think it's for some of the legendaries. To get. Oh God, I'd have to relook it up. But I remember doing something here for like some of my legendaries anyway. I think maybe it was for my pistol. I can't remember. I did have to come here to get some kind of achievement. I can't remember, but like maybe check and help us out. But there was definitely a few things.
I would just absolutely love to see them. We talked about this previously, right? When we were here and we were chatting about things that they could explore, that they could do more in Guild Wars 2. We talked at that time about how Final Fantasy XIV started introducing these quests, the like reconstructions, where we're rebuilding parts of the world that previously had been destroyed or had their own problems or things like that in previous expansions. And they almost use it as a way to create like soft epilogues for various expansions and or to give a sense of the world continuing on and like what your actions have brought about as far as like good positive changes for the people, you know, with the Ishgardian restoration, as it's called. We went back to a city in 14 where there had been this horrible classism and these lies that were like foundational because of the church. And so when you go in for the reconstruction, you're like rebuilding these housing areas and you're helping the impoverished people that you had witnessed in this area called the Broom, and everybody is getting housing, and we're learning about like how the city has moved forward when the truth about the church was revealed and all this other stuff, and how they're trying to make peace between themselves and the dragons who they were at war with for so long. I think this area would be such a good example of a spot to do that with. Have us like go back with Aurene, because Aurene talks about how she's branding over some of the other brands, how she's trying to like heal these scars in the world. And this would be so cool to like actually come back here and see her trying to like heal some of these areas, make it so that you could explore these areas, have a series of side quests, have that arena maybe actually become some kind of little arena thing or PvP thing, have vendors or like the different people that are now at peace in the area, including the Awakened and stuff like that. Take down those Joko statues and put up some new icon of the freedom of the people in this area. I mean, it's just, it's also impressive, but I mean, like we talked about, it's tough because as I fly through here, I'm going, wow, I really do get a sense of the scale and the devastation and the destruction that was Kralkatorrik. When you look at this brand and you look at what was once a thriving city, it really does hit home. So the design nailed it in that sense. But at the same time, I think you just end up finding it such an annoyance to get through. And I remember this being one of my most hated parts of Path of Fire, because I was trying to get like map completion stuff. And at the time I didn't have everything like the sky scale. I didn't have the Griffin. And I was just dying continually over and over and over.
I think many people did at that part. Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
And it's not like during... When you're leveling in the core game and you're going to like Blazeridge Steppes, the whole area is branded in the Char regions, but there isn't that like Kralkatorrik Fury lightning striking every 2-3 seconds. No. So I think the gameplay mechanics surrounding this portion of the map did a disservice to the actual exploration and the environmental appreciation, which is kind of why I wanted to come here, because there are a couple vistas in the area. There's one near Kodash Bazaar that kind of pans to the King Joko Sky Garden, and it just looks really cool. But I think maybe partially because it was just branded over and they have this Fury mechanic, they didn't want to add as many elements of gameplay around this region other than certain dynamic events. But yeah, I would have loved if there were some like side quests regions to like actually like maybe there's like the Order of Shadows are trying to go and retrieve some items that are left here, or do something with that. But I love the brand. It's purpley, is cool, is crystalline. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's good.
Okay.
It's cool.
Let's mosey on down in good timing as I almost die. There's like commanders and stuff over here now. What's going on?
Oh, there's a legendary bounty right now.
Oh, would you look at that?
People are doing the legendary bounty. Hey. It's almost dead.
Oh, is it? Okay, I'm
gonna tag it real quick.
Go and tag it. See if I can.
Am I gonna get a precursor?
I mean, they could have even, as I fly around, they could have even done something where there was a mastery track where you could get some kind of Jinn blessing to be immune to the provocatoric strikes, like where if you came into these areas, you'd have a little shield. I think even that would have helped and would have like inspired people, and then maybe there could be some interesting collections or lore or like lost items you could return to people's families because they had been obliterated or driven out of this area, and you could have learned a bit more about how people lived here and what the city was like. I don't know. I think they could have done something like that. That
would have been a really good, like, once you finish Path of Fire, you work on that mastery line. Maybe it's the Jinn lore, because they actually did it with the poison lore for the New Hawk. Certain areas of the jungle are painted with poison, and you can only survive it if you have it, and you become invulnerable. So that would have been really interesting. That could have been a nice mastery to see in Path of Fire.
That would have been cool.
Yeah, I may die soon. Okay, so next place.
Oh my gosh, there's a little mount stable, but it's corrupted with brand. No!
I can take us. I'll take us to Ember Bay then. So you mentioned it before.
Yes,
that is the one. Oh, actually, we're in Path of Fire. Let's. Wow, I'm dying because that's quicksand. Wait, what? That is also. Oh, fuck it.
Welcome to Path of Fire.
Anyway, yeah, it's a Path of Fire. So true. Okay, so Desert Highlands, Makali Outpost Waypoint, which is on the south. I'll link it in a sec. Yeah, I died. Unusual chat. It is very unusual.
What a surprise! I've died so many times in this zone. Just a ridiculous amount. Oh, there's actually even still a mastery point I never got. That's over here.
Oh, what in the one previous?
So done. No, yeah, that's over by.
That's
over
fine.
here in the transit areas.
What is this one?
I never got this one.
This will be.
I was trying to get out of combat for like five minutes.
You'll remember this one in a minute. You'll remember this one.
Oh, you just fight the Jinn. Oh,
like here at this?
Yeah, so.
No,
okay.
Wait. Where are you?
We're still over by the brand and.
Oh, you're talking about that. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the place I was.
Yeah, no, we just got sidetracked, but we'll come join you in a second, Jebro. Please feel free to talk about your next favorite.
We're eating up some Jinn. We'll be right there.
Okay, I'll just stick over. Dormant Destroyer.
He be zooming.
He zoomed so far. Oh my gosh.
Zooming. Sorry, try it.
Okay, we're cut.
Where'd you go?
Oh, it's okay. I'm just hanging out. Resin people.
I love the Desert Highlands.
Just hanging out.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best zones in Path of Fire because it's got so many biomes and the big pots.
It doesn't have a meta event.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Which is so sad.
But it's got that. I think it's got that big event in the Fortune's Veil thing where they've got all the different rooms and stuff, and there's like a load of shit going on over there.
It's like a dungeon. Not the same, though. But this map, I think, I think this might be the only expansion map that will not give you a meta reward hero chest because it doesn't have a meta.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
finally, sorry.
Oh no, I was going to say.
We went here before.
Yes, I took us to a different part of this one previously because it has that enchanted bluffs and it has the dwarven puzzles and that incredible spot. Yeah, I do love this map.
This is not there, but that is a very awesome place. And there was the front with the big pots and stuff, and we were talking about the branded stuff, in the kind of stuff that looked a bit branded but isn't. You'll remember this as soon as you get on the mount to go there.
I just noticed that huge sand shark skeleton.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if there was some sort of world boss kind of styled shenanigan in here that had that?
That would be cool. There's a creature in New World, which is actually going to be their first raid boss, which is actually a big worm like that as well, which is quite cool. Which is going to be quite cool. It's not till next year, though. Okay, so it's where I am, and I need to get on the mount. Not that one. Which keybind is it? The one that I never use. There we go. Okay.
Oh, the jackal?
Yes. There's a whole thing to this, and actually they've changed the graphical. They've changed the graphics on this because people found it hard to stay on the path. So we go to the. Where do we go to now?
The Sky Palace. This has to be the Sky Palace, right?
Also, the texture of these tents.
Yeah.
Like the formation is so cool.
Wait a minute. This normally takes you. I just tested this earlier, and normally you go through the Sky Palace. That's it. That's exactly what it is.
Is that a... there's a lost word in chat. I see a chest. I get sidetracked. You never know when there's going to be a precursor.
It's true.
This Jacaranda is beating me up. I'm going to call my parents.
There's a lot of very rude floating turnips in this area.
Well, there is a rich Aracalcan convey there, so I'm going to grab that.
Oh my gosh.
I called its family. There's 7 Jacaranda.
Jacarandas are the worst.
They have such strong regen, and they knock you down in the lightning. Oh.
In PvP, they were the worst.
It's not worth it.
Ever.
It's not worth it. I'm out of here.
Alright, I need to kill this now because I'm in combat, and I shouldn't have done that.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, my fault.
We've made so many mistakes.
Mistakes were made. Okay, there we go.
Jacaranda are OP. They knew what they were
really
doing
are.
when they made
Jacaranda.
Unless you've got like a dragon hunter, apparently. I'm still in combat. God damn it!
Have fun.
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna keep
still
mining this
getting
vein.
it.
Oh, this is really
Best
nice.
of luck.
I made it.
Well, we're not there yet. You made it before.
I was the one who got sidetracked for the chest. Where are you?
We're just here. So when you go through that portal, it's supposed to take you. There's some different places you can get to. Actually, I'm in combat again. God damn it! The portal's just there. Get out of combat, you motherfucker!
I love your jackal skin.
Oh, thank you. This is
one of the new ones.
Yes. Sorry, I realized that came out, a little bit intense.
Yes.
I love the new skins they've been doing, and these this Kirin skin for the jackal is so beautiful. I love his little dragon scales. I know, it's so close. It's so cute. I love its little face.
Okay, here we are. So
you got me looking at my skins now.
Originally, actually, if you get off the thing, I don't think you stay on here. But they didn't have this outline on this. You can, really?
Yeah, if you get off your jackal, you can stand on it.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, I just did it.
I'm not doing it, though.
Okay.
Because I will fall off. But they didn't have
the Asura are at a discrepancy.
It's true. We are smaller than specks of sand. But so when you originally did this, they didn't have the outline or the barrier there at the front as you push through. So they changed that because it was very.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they didn't. They just had it. It was just the sand, so it was just more.
Oh, it's on post-processing.
Yeah, I think. Oh, is it on post-processing?
Yeah, because I didn't have it on and I didn't see anything. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Did I put on post-processing? I did not know that.
Yeah,
That's
another graphical option infused into the post-processing. Post-processing does like 10 things in Guild Wars 2.
But that's weird because that feels like an accessibility thing.
I don't know. I actually don't think it's intended because it also affects water. It's, I think, a graphical bug right now. But it does help you with the sand paths.
I love these sand paths. I think this is like an example. One thing that I have found that I think Guild Wars 2 does better than almost any other game is deserts. Because deserts in so many other games just end up being like, here's a whole bunch of beige. It's just beige forever. It's beige as far as you can see. There's beige stone and the sand is beige and like a cactus and that's it. And one of the things that I love about these zones in Guild Wars 2 is the fact that they were like, it's a fantasy desert. So having these different things like sand jackal portals and these winding, like shimmering, almost as though they are, what is it when you have the illusion that appears in like a hot desert across the sand?
A mirage.
Like a mirage, yes, like these
Mm.
mirage-like elements and these fantastical pathways and these floating palaces and the incredibly gorgeous, vibrant tile work and the different times of day. It's just so beautiful. It's so gorgeous.
It's very true. Very, very, very true. I've got my dog, man. I forgot I had the dog. So it might not seem that spectacular right now, because it's daytime and it actually happens at nighttime. So we have to wait a little bit.
But I really want to jump off this. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
this pathing.
Could have been
Is this
goggles,
like-
right? Could have been goggles.
I wonder if there's going to be like a pond below so you don't die, or if this was just like the bridge to kind of like get to the giant sky palace thing.
It might have been.
Yeah, maybe this was something with that. Yeah, I love this at night. This is such a gorgeous spot.
This is exactly what it is.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Goodbye.
Hurry up, lights.
Bye, Kroof.
Come back.
I'm gonna see if it hits the floor. I don't think it's a desert. I don't think there's a lot of Okay, yeah, no, there's no pond at the bottom. Good thing I was on a mount though. I didn't die.
I don't know when the night cycle is. I think it's quite quick. I can't remember.
I would have loved that like night palace as a raid. Could you imagine a raid in the sky?
Oh,
big
don't
deal.
even. Oh, that would have been. Oh, I just am so mad now. I want that.
Why are you mad about it?
I'm just
you want it?
mad.
Tweet. It's on everyone's minds.
You know, I just.
Oh, raid.
Or like
Yeah.
a dungeon, or I mean, I'm one of those people where I'm not even that upset they haven't continued dungeons, like a fractal or something, where yes, you go up to the sky palace and you're wandering through this like starry construct in this gorgeous tapestry of the night sky, and there are these different, I don't know, celestial or just entities of some type that are like there, or I don't even know. It'd be so good. We have in one of the fractals, what is her name? She has the like big stick and she plays the game with the balls. And her skin is all like it's like starry.
Oh, the Mistlock not the Mistlock instability. It's I know which one you're talking about. It's the fractal one where you're going through.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yes, and she's so pretty. And then we have those skins as well, that are those skins that have the like celestial starry scapes for Virastra. And then we have like those skins that have that celestial starry. It'd be so cool to have something like that where we went up there and there were some kind of star-like entities or special, I don't know, infusion or something that you could get from it. It would just be gorgeous. It'd be so memorable.
Well, I'll wear it because Nasura wearing that outfit is very awesome. This isn't going to be, apparently according to Obi, it's not going to be night for another 30 minutes, so we're not going to wait for that much time.
Oh, okay.
If you turn off post-processing, you can kind of see it.
Oh, really?
It reduces the bloom, so you can at least see the outline of it.
I've got a screenshot. Let me just, I can find a screenshot as well real quick. Let's have a look.
But at night, it looks so beautiful. I remember like coming into the desert and like when it's night, you kind of look up and you're like, what is that? You're like, oh.
Yeah. It's really cool. Trust us. It just looks great. And you're just going to have to wait for me to show you a screenshot. Because I took one because I was like, I'm not sure we're going to get there in time. So I will take a couple of screenies just in case. Hopefully I did.
I mean, this is one of the kind of, I think, more well-known, hidden, beautiful spots in Guild Wars 2, in that many people, I mean, when I was first playing through the game, I know when we were coming through Path of Fire, one of the first things people did when we got to this map was like, get on the Jackal, go over here, go up here, go up here. And we could see it because it is just so stunning. This like star palace that you see up in the sky that I think Jeb's just about to swap us over to there. Oh, it's just so cool. Wow.
Very good.
And it's like, what's the lore behind that? Was it like Jinn magic that it constructed it? I don't know. I never researched why that's there. other than like it just looks beautiful and it's cool, which might be enough of a reason.
I don't know. It feels like yeah. I actually have no idea. None.
Yeah.
There's nothing
I
about
know
this
it's
unless someone wants to
positioned
chuck it in chat.
over Desert Highlands. I know we have this gin at the left with the enchanted bluffs. So I was like, did they have something to do with it?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, even if we'd had a meta that took you up there or something, or into like one of the big chambers, would have been amazing.
That's the map meta.
That's the meta. I mean,
Yes.
it does feel like, I don't know, almost trying to reach for something on a different plane or divine. I mean, they mimic those kinds of buildings with the physical structures and what we're even standing in now, and what you even see with like the floating structures in the guild hall. We see that kind of floating thing, and like you were saying with that little bridge, you know, was this an arch that took you to another platform, that took you to another platform, that took you up there? And
Must be,
at
right?
what point, I mean, I would guess, like, at what point does the physical become intangible, become another realm? We know that Jinn do have the ability to do stuff like that. I mean, there's even the whole obvious myth in at least our real world about everything with like the realms inside of, you know, the lamps and everything. So is it a realm that they constructed? Are they out of touch with it? Were they cut off from it? Can they go back there? Is it just a magical construct that like the ancient people of this region made? Is it something else? I don't know, but I wish we knew, because it really is like one of the most spectacular little hidden things.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get, if you don't know what it is and you get here and it's not nighttime, you don't see it, and it's kind of just like, okay, cool, that's the thing. But it's still cool, do you, either of you, have another one?
I do. I have, okay, I have one that's like a small one that is pretty close by, or I have the other one that I was actually thinking of, which is like a bigger
The
one. I
one
don't
you
know.
would like to do. You choose.
Both.
Do both if you want, yeah.
Can we do a quick hop skip? Can we do a quick
we'll just do a
hop skip?
little drive. We'll just drive around.
I don't think we need to say a whole bunch about the first one, and it's kind of tied to the second one in theme. So the first one is just down below in Crystal Oasis, if you head to the city.
Oh.
This is a spot that I came across. I don't think I've taken us here before. I'm not sure, but
We'll
if
get
you
to
take
one of those points when we've been to places before and we won't care because we'll just be like, they're cool. And the last time we came in was when we did the show, so that was like 7 months ago. I can't remember. Oh wait, where are you?
Go to Noon Waypoint.
Okay.
And then you come into the city.
Oh, are you talking about the water bit?
Talking about
people. Sorry.
maybe I took us here before. I don't know. Chat can correct us. I'm not actually sure. I'm talking about the little restaurant.
Chats.
The restaurant slash
remember.
bar
Sorry.
that's over here, because I think it's really cool.
Maybe chat will remember. Damn it. Oh wait, sorry, I'm going the wrong way. Wait, am I like completely wrong place? Oh no, wait. I don't think we went here before. I'm not sure. Right, let's have a look. Bugger. Give me a sec. Are you inside or up the top of it?
Inside. You gotta go inside the big city building.
Got it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we. I don't think so. I don't think we came out.
I just love this spot. I love areas that are little areas that like show people doing like recreational things. We're in Noon.
Yes, you're up north. Are you on top of the pyramid structure?
No, we're down below.
Oh, you're
We just had this conversation.
I was sorry, I came back. I was a little busy. Oh, the aquarium. Yeah.
Yes.
I
love this little like restaurant bar area, both here and then up on the ledge, where they have these little aquariums, which is again
cool.
like another thing that I just think is so fantastic.
I ever noticed that before.
I know, and there's like a shark in that one, and he like has a little thought bubble, like he's thinking about a mechanical fish. I don't know what.
No, if you look in his line of sight, there's a plate of fish right here, and he's just transfixed by it, and he just wants it.
It's so good.
That's
I just think
awesome.
it's so cute. I love the little detail and the people that are just like lounging.
I feel bad for the shark though. Oh, that's
It's kind
small.
of a small
It's
tank.
really small.
That's small for him. But yeah, I just think it's cool, and it was a little nook that I had never noticed until I was coming in here to get footage for something at some point, and I was just walking around.
No, Rook likes to watch people.
I do.
I love
And then
watching.
the actual one that I was going to take you to, which is kind of connected because it's also an area that is recreational, and has its own kind of unique vibe for kicking back and having a good time, is Club Canuck. So I wanted to go down
Good
to
choice.
Club Canuck for a couple different reasons. One, I just actually think the interior of this place is so gorgeously detailed. I love the kind of jade theme. I love all the little areas, the booths, the betting track, the MOA racing, the like little machines. The bar area is so cool. I just think it's all really fantastic. But then the other part of this that I really love is that Pax, who's one of the developers, who hangs out off and on, and I think in a variety of our streams, and is just such a lovely person, actually told me that they designed this area with role play in mind, and that part of why all of the different areas, like you can sit in the chairs, and there are like these little interactive elements, and there are all these like little hidden nooks and crannies, and the bars and stuff, was because of the fact that they wanted players to be able to role play in here. And I just thought that was such a great touch, not to mention the stuff like you have the little Easter, it's kind of an Easter egg, I don't know, it's just kind of a story where you have the band, and like the tie-in with the now sadly disbanded Metal Legion, sorry, the
what they call
yes,
is it Metal Legion?
The band?
yeah,
I didn't know they'd broken
Metal
up.
Legion.
yeah. Metal Legion, yeah, because if you talk to them, you get the drummer talks about it.
Yeah.
Kind of busy here, buddy.
Metal Legion is no
Aren't you
more.
busy?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I must have looked at that because I've definitely been here before.
Yeah. So I just love this. I think all the textures in here are amazing. Even just the like rich textiles and the carved tables and the gold inlays, and everything in here is really cool. So use it the way it was supposed to be used and roleplay in it for anybody who might be listening or watching, because that's why they have all these cool interactive areas and things that you can do in here. And there's some fun little tidbits, and Canuck's office is fun too, and you can talk to him and get some dialogue from him in there. Yeah, he has an office back here.
I've come and perused this area a few times, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time in here.
I mean, it's unfortunate because it doesn't necessarily help that there's not a bunch of quests or anything down here, right? So there's not a big reason unless
Tengu guards.
he does have Tengu guards, and you
A
can
man of
talk to
taste.
him. And he has a big framed wanted poster of himself above his desk.
Oh my god, I've never seen this place
Wait,
before.
I've never come down here.
Never have I.
Yeah. And you can just talk with
I
him, and
never even
he'll
knew this existed.
you get like post dialogue.
That's great.
There are a couple of quests in Arborstone. There should also be a quest where you come talk to Canuck, and then he like, tells you to go and do a couple games. You can come
I'm
back
sorry,
and
but
like, get some coins.
I would have preferred his club over Arborstone as the hub. I'm honest. I'm just would have.
I mean, they're one and the same. They're one and the same.
They're one and the same. They're all one thing.
I mean, that's true. They all kind of just right next to it. That makes sense. Yeah, that's true.
This is awesome. Yeah, I never
very
knew
cool.
he had his own little space.
come
And
back
that
in.
fire looks toasty.
Because you haven't been able to come and say hello to him otherwise, have you? Or is he in Half-Horn somewhere as well?
I don't know. I'm not
remember.
sure, but this is definitely one of the major spots where you actually get like a little bit of post dialogue with him.
That's
But even
true.
his office is gorgeous, like the textures on the
The
rugs,
lighting, yeah. Mhm.
Oh,
lighting.
you can't sit in these chairs. Emerging
Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
I want to sit right outside Canuck's office and just kind of like,
How
watch
can you
him for a little
roleplay
bit.
in that? Okay.
And then yeah, there are like different events and
yeah,
games and
there.
all kinds of stuff that run in here that are fun, and the racetrack that's up top that
Yeah, I've battled a
Goes
couple
above everybody.
Moas and I have yet to
Oh,
win.
that's the
Very
MOA
sad.
racing, right, from Lion's Arch, and they put them in here. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've betted on that. I think you can bet on that, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I've never actually figured out how to do the Canuck Says console. I don't really know what those are, like how to use them, but
It's a memory game.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is a cool place. This is very true. Mini. Oh yeah, this is great. I haven't been there for a long time since came out actually. Okay.
I won.
Good job. Excellent.
And
Give us
the
a
mind
share
of
of
the
the booty.
mastermind.
Okay. Is there? I'm gonna take us to Ember Bay. Ember Bay. That was a great place. Thank you for showing us the 2 places. Excellent. Okay.
Oh, there are different levels of difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can get different coins and stuff, and then you spend them on. There's that backpack, like the very engineering backpack you can
Yeah.
get from here.
You know, I love memory games. I should come and do this more often because I think the first time I did it, I did like a hard one, and it was like 15 color combinations, and I was like,
Yeah.
this seems really difficult.
I would come back here and do the memory game, but I forgot. Ba-doom-ching.
Yeah. Yep.
Ba-dum-ching.
You like that? You like that?
I guess it is a club. You making money.
No, as in joke, the drum kit, like ba-doom-ching.
But I'm.
All right, fine. Sorry, I did the wrong
Assimilate.
one. This one we don't have to really go that far anywhere. This is a bit of a different vibe, honestly.
Did you? Let me see.
Oh,
Where
sorry, I
are
didn't even
you?
put the.
Oh, down here. Got it.
waypoint in.
Yeah,
My
wait,
bad.
where are we
You're good.
going?
You're good.
Is bleh. I can't say it. Promontory. Promontory?
Promontory.
I would say promontory
Promontory.
if I was being
Promontory.
English.
I think it's
If I'm being
promontory.
American, I am
Promontory.
Promontory. It's promontory. I'm pretty sure.
There's a lot
You're
of
saying
O's.
it. You're
There's a
thinking
lot
about your
of
London
O's.
days. You are. Yeah, that's how I would say it. But like if I was American, I would be promontory. Yes, that's right. It's just cool. Like the whole map for a start is cool. But if you
Promo code.
promo guy, no, you got also you can go to Prime Gaming. Yeah, you can get some pets and stuff at the moment. In Guildals too. But there's just a lot of skulls here. They just look cool.
Yeah.
They just look like the zone is. This zone has a really good meta. In the fractured caldera, whatever it's called, and the worst jump puzzle ever.
Yes.
Because it's the hardest.
Yeah, Chalice of Tears. This zone is kind of harsh in literal way. Like they really did theme this zone pretty well. And it's just really that. Like there's kind of these prominent skulls everywhere, isn't there? There's these 3 here, and then there's a bigger one over to the west. But it's just kind of those. I just remember being here and enjoying this zone a lot when I was covering. Like some of the events are pretty cool as well. But this is one of the better ones because I think this is the one to the jump puzzle. It's just got this massive like waterfall of lava basically, and the music's pretty cool. You don't hear this music many places. I can't. Because it sounds very like trumpety or like trombone, not trombone, but the big one, the big horn thing. Oh, what's it called?
Horn? The French horn?
No, it's the big like it wraps around.
Tuba?
Yeah, like a tuba kind of thing. Yeah. No, it's not tuba, is it?
I got excited.
Hold on, let me turn on the music.
But I love when Guild Wars 2 plays around with a different map that's
It's not
darker and more edgy and not really filled with a lot of color. Because Guild Wars 2's maps are very bright and they're very colorful. And there's a lot of variety when you go into each map. It really feels distinct. But
I love
just
these
because
maps.
I don't feel like we get a lot of these types of maps. When they do pop up, I become instantly like attracted to it. I'm like,
It's
okay, I wanna...
maps. The all maps are the maps that I love.
But even
love.
more has a lot of color. Like
Yeah.
a lot of like bright oranges and blue, like teals. This is just very
yeah, that's
like
true.
this
Just
is like absence of color other than red and black
Orange
and brown
yellow
and dirt.
and yeah, like rock and fire and very destroyery, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destroyer-esque?
You see what was probably once a sort of it feels like if you go out to the islands, right, it feels very much prehistoric. It feels very much like
actually.
the land in which dinosaurs roamed, with like the ancient ferns and even the stone heads and things that are kind of scattered around. But then when you get towards this main area where there is all this lava, all that bit of greenery just gets completely stripped away, because I mean, like you're saying, it is all just sort of ash and ruin, and the only color really that you have punctuating that landscape is the fire or the kind of fiery heavens. So yeah, this whole spot is pretty cool. I like that you brought us here, Jeb. It does feel it feels very random, maybe though, which is one of the things that I've always found interesting. I don't know what the lore is of these gigantic horned creatures.
Remember,
I don't know if
I don't know if they're creatures or if they're carved or if they I actually don't know. I'm not actually
The
sure.
lore around the Ring of Fire, I think it has something to do with the Mersat, because there are jade constructs and jade architecture in the area.
There's a tablet here, Mersat lore tablet.
So I think in the first game there was an island in the Ring of Fire that was like the end game map, and you went and farmed, and it was very similar. It might have been Ember Bay, or it might have been Draconis Mons, which is another map for Ember Bay or the Ring of Fire. So I think it's a lot of Mersat old lore, which is maybe why they introduced it in season 3.
I can't remember. I have to replay through the story and be like, why did we come here again? Because I can't remember.
For Guild Wars 2? Like, why we come to this one?
Yeah, why did we come here anyway? I can't remember. That was so long ago.
You do some research.
Was a little disjointed.
Yeah, I think you just come here and do some research that like Timey wants you to do, where you're maybe trying to like get a read on some Primordus energy stuff or something. If I'm trying to remember, but I think it's something about that. Because it has that fire theme.
Yeah, I think like the Primordus magic was kind of bubbling up here, and like Asuran researchers were like, let's go and research and like figure out what this dragon magic is about. And then like Lazarus, of course, was popping up at the time from episode 1, so it was kind of a natural segue to also touch on Mersat lore as well.
Okay, I'm gonna read from the thing. Ember Bay is a zone that is lore-wise located within the Ring of Fire Islands, but mechanically found in Heart of Maguma, blah, blah, blah. Primordus has made his way to the region, bringing with him a new swarm of destroyers, enhanced with both death and plant magic. Ooh. In response, the Asura have sent research and investigation teams via their gates at Ratanovus. That's right, because the golems up the top in the event, stopping the main meta like there, right? Oh, okay. Other Denzians of the area include a marine human carnival troupe. I remember that. And they do the event down south, right? And the pirate Skrit as well. Yes, okay. Remember those guys. Okay, so yeah, they're kind of just doing research. Basically, like Primordus is here at some point in time, and I think they just follow him, like you're saying.
But there's nothing specific about like what these giant horned skulls are. Are they skulls? Are they carved? Were they once elemental raw constructs? Are we looking all the way back to ancient titans? Was there something that like did Suwan make the world, or did Suwan find the world, shape it, and she fought whatever might have been here as
this
a
is
raw
one of our art projects for a dragon school.
Yeah.
She was going through an emotional phase. She wanted to be edgy.
This was an angsty teenage phase, yeah.
It's very interesting. Or yeah, did the Mersat have a hand in this? Did they construct this? I don't know. Because there are a lot of the jade creatures, and then there are parts of it where you see that, like the spikes coming up out of the ground that have that same texture. So it's a curious area. It's kind of unique.
It is, yeah. There's some stuff like this in oh god, where is it? Not Fire Arrows. Is it Fire Arrows? Might be. The Char Fiery kind of area where Citadel of Flame is. Yeah, it's Fire Arrows. Wow, I actually remembered that. But there's some similar kind of artwork around there. Not the same, but like similar with the fire. And I mean, fire is fire, right? I mean,
fire, lava.
That's what it is, yeah. Fire, lava, it's kind of the same thing. Ish. Don't hurt me, scientists, people. Anyway, anything else? Time's getting on, but I would love a couple more if we have any. It's more. I've got a few.
One more.
I was trying to think.
Yeah. Did I take us here before? This is where we're at. I should have made a list. We should keep a list of all the places that we go.
We could go to an area which not many people in chat have access to, which we actually got access to this past week.
Oh,
We could.
If
We
you
could.
want to show that off. I'm not
Can
sure how
we?
people... Yeah, we're allowed to.
okay.
Yeah, we're allowed to. It might be a bit controversial, so maybe not. But we are allowed to. We're allowed to.
This is true. We are literally allowed to.
We are allowed to do it, but should we? Who knows?
I honestly don't know if I've really ever seen videos like touring the area.
No one has. This is why I think it would be cool.
And when I went, that was the
then
very
let's
first
do
time I
it.
saw the thing.
Yeah, we're
so,
absolutely allowed to.
Let's go.
So,
Let's do it.
we are ArenaNet partners. We have to inform you that we have been supplied this by ArenaNet. So I'm covering everyone here. It's okay.
Yes.
We were supplied this. This is the VIP PvP area, and it's called Champions Rest. And if you win the tournament in PvP automated tournament, the monthly, you get a pass to this area. Now, this area has some very unique stuff in it, which isn't anywhere else in the game because you can't get here unless you win that. But now they've given access to partners because it's like a VIP area, and I think they wanted to treat us for Christmas. So yeah, we got access to this area as well, which is pretty cool. So you wait. So if you don't know where, if you go into the mist and you press the cross swords and you go into the lobby, this is the kind of southern west. No, where are we actually? Yeah, bloody hell, I can't see it. Oh yeah, it's above the arena basically. It's actually a really big area. It's pretty huge, honestly. It's probably like a quarter-ish of the map.
One thing I really enjoyed and didn't really know about were these like little jumping pads to get across the hallway a bit faster.
Yeah.
I thought those were really
I
fun.
know. It's so random. And it's not like the view or anything. It's just generally like, an area which a lot of people probably haven't seen, but you can see a lot of the mists here as well, and it looks cool. And there is actually a bunch of achievements in here to get like llamas and stuff who are on little islands, and you can fly around and grab them, and you can get mini llamas and stuff. But there is like...
Oh, wait! Oh my god! We're just torturing people!
Everyone.
Oh my god! I didn't even realize!
What?
I came here the other day and I used the wave when I saw the wave go across the arena. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. That's it. I completely forgot about that.
I didn't know it did that.
Yeah,
And I saw
so
the wave,
you
I said,
can
oh.
you can literally use the consoles to kill people in the arena. Yeah.
This is
So
a
down
test
in
of
the-
morality. I did it one time and I was like, I'm not going to mess with anyone. I'm going to let them be.
Nah.
Are you kidding me? I'm pushing everything. This makes it way more fun and spicy.
Chat, I'm not a part of this narrative.
So for those who don't know
Don't
what we're
cancel
talking
me.
about, down in the PvP area and in the lobby, there obviously are vendors and all that kind of stuff, but there's also the PvP sort of little arena that you can go into, and just it's like a free for all for everybody that's in there. You can try stuff out, try out builds, do whatever you want with that. So this VIP area overlooks that arena, and these consoles allow you to add shenanigans that like happen down there. So if you do wall, like a wave of force sweeps across the arena.
Oh my god, that's
you use
awesome.
Wait, I'm going to go down there.
The
and then
wave
maybe you can proc
console,
one.
what?
If you use
Is
the
it
monster
knockback?
console, it like spawns additional monsters. If you use the fire console, it creates like fire geysers around the arena. So you can like mess with the people that are down
Oh my
there.
god, it's got the it's Thingy from Forest, one of the mobs. Oh, it's got both of them. Wait, has it?
Oh, yeah, there's Spawnier.
Yeah, is it?
The
Spawn
Spawnier and the
Okay,
Chieftain.
cool, nice. Oh, that's awesome. And the fire is just...
And the fire. This is so
Oh.
trolly.
That's what it's meant to be,
It's
right?
so
Like, it's-
trolly. And the spirit wave. This is actually a really cool animation.
Yeah,
Can
it
I
is
use it for
cool.
Guardian? It didn't do anything to
It
me.
didn't knock you or anything? Or
Oh, do you have to be in combat for it? Maybe.
maybe.
I didn't get hit by it. Maybe that was
Wow.
disabled because it was just so agitating.
Trolling. Okay.
There is some cool stuff up here, though. I really
Yeah.
like this statue of the woman
getting
pouring
bullied.
out water from the urn, and then the little area that's down beyond that, where you go down the little steps.
That's right. So here as well, for creators, it'd be really good to just make videos because there's always people on there. And I was thinking about this the other day. If I wanted to do like testing and stuff, you've got like some golems and stuff that you can test on down there, and you've got the artificers. You've got there's all the crafting stations in here. It really is like a kind of all access area pass kind of thing. Which is pretty cool. It's cool for partners. It's cool for if you win the automated tournaments. It is a little bit of a flex of that partner thing. So I realized that everyone's like, I can't go there, but I thought it would be cool to just show it to you, I guess, so that you kind of know what's up here. I mean, it's not like there's not really anyone else hanging out here, but like it's just a fun thing.
Well, but this is something I actually like that we get to show this off because I think that a lot of times players don't know, when you're looking at starting a new game or starting a new MMO and you're thinking to yourself like, oh, I want to get involved in how do I get the best gear, or how do I get cool rewards, or how do I get cool mounts, or how do I... So you start looking at the different content that you might be interested in and looking to see what they give you for it. And I think some of the things that are really unique and really cool about Guild Wars 2, it is the fact that PvP world versus world, right? They have these really neat tracks that you can do where you can get a whole bunch of different rewards. You can even work towards things like specific legendary sets and all kinds of, additional content that way if you prefer to try and earn your gear or, get achievements that way. But this is also a pretty cool reward. I don't know of any other MMOs right now, at least that I play, that if you win that tournament or if you go in and you enter and you give it a shot, right, that you can have the chance to have this private area that you can go to and you get this pass to. So I am really glad that we got to show it off because this is something where anybody can enter these tournaments and they run right every month. So if you want to get into something like this, then you should absolutely give it a shot. Get in there, try and run them, do what you can, play some PvP. This is very cool to be able to come up here.
And Obi asked a question, are the AT winners upset? I don't think so. I mean, they don't come in here.
Yeah, I don't think many people are really utilizing this.
They don't use it.
And I don't know how many people will utilize this. As you said, it's kind of more of like a nice thing to show off and maybe for some videos. But after that, it's like...
It's not really.
There's nothing exclusive here. So it's just like a different region.
It's just there's a lot of stuff in here together. So it's like a mini Lion's Arch, if that makes sense. And it's just a cool extra prize, Yeah.
If you don't have one of those lounge passes, if you didn't spend the money on it or you can't afford to spend the money on it, this is a lounge essentially. This is an equivalent of one of those lounge passes that you can get for participating and, beating people in PvP. So, I mean,
that's a good
whether
point,
whether or not people use it, this is like a technically free version of that you can get as a resource.
Yeah, and I don't have that at all. I don't have any of those.
For the environment, it keeps very consistent with the rest of the Heart of the Mists. But seeing like other named NPCs that you can speak to them for crafting and merchant stuff, it adds a different flair to the Heart of the Mists. Because oftentimes you're just down there like hitting dummies and you're talking to the bank. So there are a couple quality of life features to this. So if you've ever been interested in PvP and you maybe want to get a pass, maybe just get a team together and work towards it. Competitive PvP is a little, it's challenging at the higher brackets, but pushing yourself is always good.
Definitely a few things, which I'll stop commenting on right now. Did either of you have a thought about anything else you wanted to go see?
Let me leave this.
I actually have a bunch, but they're not like may have covered it.
I mean, I definitely have more.
It's just remembering them.
I just have to also remember how to get out of here. There we go. I PvP so frequently.
I've been on my PvP grind. Yeah.
It's pretty much the content I actually only do right now.
I'm trying to think of a subject.
I do have one, but I think we need to save it for another day because we'll have to actually do like a set of mini things before we can go in there. The one that I'm thinking of is the secret library that unlocks underneath the Zendaijin temple if you attack and you defeat the 3 energy aspected spirits down there.
Okay.
I do love that.
That might take a
I
while,
love
yeah.
that.
Can
But we
have
do have
that
to defeat
next
them to be
time.
able to get access to it. Otherwise, there is another one. Let's see. Oh, there's just like so many good ones though, is the thing. Here's one.
I honestly tend to be a sucker for like the beginner maps, which is mostly like nostalgia.
Oh yeah, I like. That's where I am as
the
well. Yeah, most of the time.
Queensdale, Plains of Ashford, those areas I really, really enjoy. They're very beautiful.
Have you got one? Have you got one?
Yes.
Whereabouts did you go?
I linked it. Oh, maybe I put it in the public chat. Yeah, I did. Hold on.
So everyone, follow me.
Follow me.
Everybody.
I don't have a commander icon yet.
This one is pretty easy to get to. There's another one that I like that I have to remember how to get there, so I won't take us there yet. But this one is cool.
Is this the one that I actually think I've done a video to get to this one? I think I may have shown it before. If it's the same one, I'm thinking.
This one should be pretty easy to get to.
Okay.
There's the
it's
forever tree. I was going to the forever tree.
Ah, what with the quest on it?
Yes, there's
event?
like a little event.
Yeah. I think we may. Did we show that last time? I actually don't know if.
I don't think we did.
I think we
I
did.
don't think we've gone there.
I think we might have mentioned it when we were
mentioned it.
touring Echovald Forest at one point in the stream, because there's a Sylvari there, and I
that's
think we
right.
talked about like potentially like another
Wait.
tree or whatever.
Have we done map tour? Have we
Oh.
done a map? Oh, that's what we can do for
Yeah.
episodes. We can
Yeah.
do map
We
tours.
did it.
We can, no, but I'm
I
talking.
love it.
We can do old map tours. We can do old maps. Ah, that's such a good idea.
I'm a
Right.
bit smart or whatever, you know.
If we have already done this one, then
No. Take us. Let's go.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't think
Echovald
we
is
did.
so dark.
I think we talked about it.
Wait, oh yeah, I was going the wrong way.
I
Don't follow
love
me.
that idea. Chat, what do you reckon? Map tours? We could just start in the beginning areas. We could just do map tours running around. Just be like, this is, blah, blah, blah. I love that idea.
I think for new content especially, map tours would be really fun.
Yeah, for sure. We could definitely do that. Absolutely. Oh, balls are going the wrong way.
Mysterious, and yeah, it's the mysterious warden. He's kind of just like passive.
Yes. Yeah. I love the little
Yeah.
intriguing mini vignette of a story that there is here with this Sylvari and the warden and the tree
Yeah.
that's left. And I think like the event that happened here too is really interesting, but it feels like this was one of like a really cool area to discover as you came through it, and kind of, especially for those players. While I didn't I actually did play factions, but the lore and a lot of the like deeper things that tied into stuff like Echovald and stuff that I think a lot of players were looking for if they had originally played Guild Wars 1. A lot of that went over my head when I played it originally, but hearing more about it and learning more about it, about the trees and the wardens and everything that had sort of been a part of the culture here and the like region, this felt like such a fantastic little nod to that and to the future and to the healing in this region, and or bringing back some of those lost things, lost traditions after the wind that came through and froze everything and petrified everything.
And there is a quest line. It's a dynamic event that you do around this to go and collect the sap to give it to the Sylvari, and then you have to defend because like the Jade Brotherhood or the speakers come and they try to mess with it.
You need to come here for the Arena
It's
Legendary
really
as well.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to come here for the Arena Legendary, right? I'm pretty sure.
We do,
Grab
yeah.
something. Yeah.
To do this. And all the trees start to glow when like this event happens, and it's so pretty, and I want to see this tree. Like when you actually do the event, it does like affect the tree at the end, but can you
You
imagine?
can do the event
like,
if you want. It doesn't take that long.
And it has like its own unique icon for the rush. Wow.
yeah, it's so cool. Like I would love to see a bunch of these trees, or like them coming back, or the idea of like tying yourself spiritually to a tree is just such a cool piece of the lore and the history here. And the wardens that defended this area for so long.
Yeah.
And see, the Sylvari's using the Mesmer Greatsword animation just over and over again.
You can actually power up the turrets here as well to help you out with this quest.
These Kroofs will knock you over and try to take your sap.
They will. They're rude.
Do not take my lunch money. I feel like I'm back in middle school.
They hug you for the sap.
I do like this. I do like this map. I do like the. In case earlier we thought I didn't like the these maps, people. I do like these maps. I just don't tend to come back here. I think it's because I'm actually just not playing many games at the moment because I've got no time, and I'm like, well, I haven't actually been doing anything because of my new job and stuff. And it's like, okay, so hopefully I get a bit more time over Christmas.
You're succeeding in a different arena. You're doing some IRL life job stuff, which is
very PvP one, but in the real world one.
Not even
the
PvP,
real world one.
Like my whole gaming kind of way of gaming and everything else has changed a lot actually in the last couple of years, especially like because PvP feels a bit more toxic, especially as well, like doing more self-care, like more map completion and stuff like that. It's definitely more my jam now, I think. I still play PvP games. It's all right, people. Don't worry. Boom, boom, boom.
We completed the event. We really did great.
We did so great, everybody. Proud of us.
We're fantastic personal shoppers.
I did contribute. All good. Yeah, I need to roam more on Dragon Hunter. It's fun. I'm playing Dragon Hunter. That's a good one.
It's just like pretty solid, straightforward.
Yeah.
I think
it's a bit like that as well.
I think Uggraveld Wilds has a lot of hidden treasures in terms of environment art and storytelling. Like I almost said catacombs because I was perusing the art station and there was some concept art which was titled Catacombs.
Yeah.
For Uggraveld Forest, and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool if like you went into a cathedral, like you actually went into one and then you explore this vast catacomb structure. So there is a lot of those, maybe not as grand, but there are pockets of like underground areas to do dungeons or puzzles or storytelling and like notebooks that might be there. So there is a lot of lore to Uggraveld Forest, but it's more rewarding for those who take the extra step to explore. So I would definitely recommend put on a nice podcast or stream in the background and just, if you haven't, take a little exploration of Uggraveld.
Yes, I love the bonus dungeons in this zone. I was just talking earlier too about there's like a mini meta, not even the one that's the that big weapon, the fort, not even Fort Aspenwood. There's a different one that's almost like a little mini meta event where you start hearing these like strange whispers and you're following these characters around, and you discover that there's this like unbound spirit that had been like confined with these like shrines almost in Echovault, and you have to fight it, and it like whispers to you as you go through it. Igni, yeah, it's so good.
That was fun. He really is like
one.
Kind of an off meta. He's very strong. He's not like a normal dynamic event. You usually have to have like 5 to 10 players to really take him down easily.
Whereabouts is that?
It can get lost because it's in like this nondescript pathway, like junction. It's like a little bit in the middle. I'm trying.
Yeah, it winds around. You have to do like a sequence of different events.
I think it's near Silo Outpost. So it's where you go to Kropa Waypoint, and then you head kind of northeast-ish. It's like around. I kind of like circled on the map. It's like around there. I don't know.
Victor, thank you for the compliment in chat as well. I love this podcast. Listen to it while I'm working. So cool. Have you tried Guild-Wars2 GeoGuessr? I actually think we'll put that in the next one. I would like to do that. I feel like we would be very good at that, honestly.
That would be fun.
I would decimate.
I think yeah. Okay. I would just be like, I know where this is, but I don't know what it's called.
You don't know what it's called.
I don't remember the names.
It reminds me of the Extra Life event that they did with the like riddle scavenger hunt.
Oh
Trying to,
yeah!
like, piece
Oh, that was
together what you
really
think.
good. If you haven't done
Yeah, I
that, you
loved
need to
it.
go do that. People, it's so
It's
good.
permanent. It's permanent. It's an addition to
Yeah.
the game. For anybody who didn't know, the special achievement that they did this year for Extra Life that involves the character April. April, I think is her name.
That's right,
Who's
yeah.
based on a real life child that has been a part of the Miracle Network of hospitals that Extra Life benefited. It was so good, and there was a ton of like Mesmer Collective in it and all kinds
Oh
of
yeah,
stuff.
it was very
There
good.
was a huge kind of like possible big old enigma question mark about Countess Anise that I know some of our fam, because I haven't been able to be on the Lightbringers as much the last month with our house hunt and stuff, but I know some of our fam has long held a lot of discussions here about like, what's up with Countess Anise? Is there something more with her? Is she maybe Lissa? Is blah, 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 blah. Like there's so many different possibilities with like her and possibly the queen. And so there was some really interesting stuff in there.
That's cool. Yeah, it was. It was also just very. It just took you back to the core game as well. Like a lot of it, that's where it was based, right? So it was like some of those jump puzzles and like other bits and bobs, and it all the clues. You can go and do it pretty easily. All the clues are there and stuff, like on the web, and you can. There's tons of guides.
The
and stuff,
wiki
so if
was
you just
my
wanna-
friend, because even some of the
We tried
hints
to
I
work
never
it
would have
out.
got.
No, we tried to. Yeah, we tried to work it out, and it was just like,
Yeah, we did too.
how do people do this shit?
I was like,
that's
the
too
people who
smart.
were the first to complete it, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
good for
Ow.
them, because I would
Ow.
have struggled.
No way. Oh, I don't have to know where they're killed, just where they're on the map. Oh, okay, fair play. Well, I'll be really good then.
There we
I kind of
go.
want to do. I kind of want to do that.
I saw Boots and WP do it for a video,
Okay.
and they got one very off in Orc Basin. They were on the right map, but it was up north, and they went direct down south, and I was just screaming on my phone. I was like, no, not there! I knew exactly where it was.
We should do that for Christmas. Actually.
It's a lot of
We should do that
fun.
for Christmas.
And
That
I
could
think
be
it's
fun.
like you can submit images. I think it's
okay.
community generated as well.
Right. Oh, like really obscure, kind of like this wall.
Yeah, because I heard that it had a limited number, only like 6 images and locations, but I think people are adding to it.
Oh, cool. Okay.
That's kind of the impression I got. I could be wrong, but I think it's being like developed over time.
That's awesome. Okay,
Whoa.
that's happening
Oh,
now.
it
Yeah.
blooms.
Yeah,
It does
yeah.
bloom. And the warden, like,
she
has
dies?
me- Yes, she does. There's a whole thing here. It's so cool.
You need to do it, Chris.
Wait, why did she die?
I can't
Don't be so.
remember now.
Oh wait. Oh, and she's reborn
Oh, it was the poison, wasn't it? No,
after 3 days.
she did. I don't think she. The tree.
She's cheating on. Oh,
What?
he speaks.
Oh, there's a Jade Lantern. I didn't get that one. 159. No. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, it's like she saves the tree and then the tree saves her. Possibly she, like, I
Yeah.
don't know, is, I don't know, killed by the process or by
I
the
can't
attack.
remember actually.
I loved this little
Kroof killed
moment
her.
and scene. And it's so pretty when you're done here.
And
which
he
is
gets
why it
more
jumped into my mind.
dialogue.
He does get more dialogue, and he, like actually seems fond of her, and the petals falling. It's just so pretty. I really love it when you do this little event here.
You do get to raid the Lightbringers. I was going to raid you.
Hello, Serenity!
Alien.
Hi.
I
My
don't-
phone just died, so I can't read chat.
Oh, okay. Everyone just came in. Lorani just raided us. Lorani has been on the channel before. For Lightbringers, please make sure you go and check them out. Everyone who's just come in, welcome. Hello. We're just going around Tyria. Actually, I don't know how long Kroof and Rook have, and maybe we can do 1 or 2 more. I'm not sure if I said it was going to be about 2 hours, but I don't know. We've just got a massive raid, so I don't know if people have to go. That's okay. But if you want to do
another
one
location.
another location.
One more? Yeah.
One more. Sound good? Okay, let's pick something majestic. We're just going around Guild Wars 2 and showing our favorite places because I couldn't think of anything else to do this week.
If only we could map break and go to Dragon Stand, but we probably shouldn't do that.
No. I also don't know how to do that, Chris. So.
Oh, I don't know either.
Oh yeah,
okay.
none of us know how to do that. Clearly.
Good.
No, I think they patched up some holes, but
What a coincidence! I had a 9-hour drive yesterday and listened to 3 episodes. You got 3 episodes done in 9 hours? Wow, those are the short ones. We've got like almost 4-hour episodes on the podcast. It's actually pretty amazing. If you ever wanted to travel around the world, you're pretty sorted really. You might get through half of them. Honestly, there's a lot of time on there. Thank you as well for saying that. Appreciate it. Yeah, the podcast is weird because it's had like on YouTube, it had this yesterday. It had this spike or during the week where it's got like 20,000 views in a couple of days, like over the whole series. Like people really do listen to this a lot.
Happy
like,
daily reset.
Oh yeah, Spotify as well. Spotify, we had some really interesting stats. I tweeted them out actually on the wrap that you get. We're like the top 3% or 4% of podcasts on Spotify.
All
That's
right.
pretty damn cool. Like, that's pretty damn good.
Spotify.
We cackle and make dumb jokes and talk about probably inappropriate things and talk a lot about Guild Wars too. And
But in an educational manner.
In an educational manner. We are really educational.
VHS smelling people.
It's pretty damn good. Like we've had a lot of different people on here. We don't just we banter and stuff, but we're pretty positive about the game in general. We talk critically at times, but respectfully,
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of love in this game and a lot to discuss. So we're just happy that anybody new or old listens and has a good time because we have a good time doing it. So
this is the main thing I do now. So I am glad that that's the case. Okay,
and we might not go. I mean, this doesn't have to be where we go to, but I just gotta say,
where are you going? Where are you?
I'm currently in New Kining City.
I'm
in the rich area. I'm in the rich area because,
Wow.
You gotta be where you gotta like roam around where you want to be and where you.
Are you at the tea house or the party?
Oh, there is that, but I'm kind of on the south side. I'm on.
You didn't even link
Heights.
it. Wow, high society.
There
you were like,
isn't,
I'm not even gonna link it to you because I'm like
there isn't
upper
a
class.
waypoint around here, which is so sad. I mean, I guess there is the. Oh wait, the Met is currently alive and active.
I do have one in Kining City. That's a specific one. It's the giant projector whale.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay.
This is true.
Well, wait. I can do another one. You said majestic? I've got it. Okay.
I mean,
the Jade Monuments. The Jade Monuments.
Be whatever you want it to be.
I think New Kining City has a lot of environmental spectacle.
It does.
I want it beautiful.
I want to do the Jade
Monument.
Main one. Jade Monument.
Is this where I am?
Think it's here? Yes, but go to the upper level of it.
Yes.
Because you can't even fit it in your screen.
I'm currently in the library, and I just want to mention there is the Ministry of Archives, and this place is just so nice.
There's some good story in there, isn't there?
I love I love the rich areas because it just it has
because it reminds me of where I live on a daily basis.
I love the places.
I love the smell of rich, but
in the morning.
It just I don't know. It feels more populated in a weird way than the other areas because I feel like the middle layer of New Kining City. I don't want to say that, but like the mid level of New Kining City, it feels more where the players are supposed to exist and do those meta events and the dynamic events there. And then there's like the lower, the ruined areas where I wish there was actually more to do there because it feels like there's a lot of potential with the Unchained and the speakers who are there.
Okay.
But maybe we'll get to see more of that in the upcoming story content that they're currently working on.
I have a feeling that we will, and that possibly the Old Raisto Palace or things like that are going to play a role in it. I don't know. We'll see. But I do agree with you, Kroof. I think that Kining City, for all that people have a lot of feedback and thoughts and opinions about the zone, right? Because does it feel like a packed metropolis? No. I think some of that is the nature of an MMO zone, especially one that has dynamic events and that is an open map and that is not just like a small instanced area. But I do think there are so many parts of this city that are just an incredible accomplishment. Just let alone the fact that when you look at all the different regions that this one map encompasses, including this huge section of city, it's a scale unlike almost any other MMO that I play or know of. city areas are not like this. Most of them are not dynamic maps, and they don't have like half of the stuff that's actually in this. So I guess the reason that I picked this area in particular for my next favorite area in Guild Wars 2 is because I think that this is one of the most stunning parts of Kyning and New Kyning City. This incredible statue that, like you said, is so big you literally can't even fit it in one frame, that spans all the different tiers of this map, which kind of in its own way is like, I don't know, this really beautiful metaphor for Suwon and how she cared for humanity. Like the city in New Kyning City in many ways is broken into these different areas, the rich, the poor, the oppressed, but her statue is one of the only things that spans pretty much every tier and level of the cake that is the city. And I think that the way that it glows at night, the sort of a holographic fish that swim around it, the colors of this plaza with the water that like rushes out from it, and these little bridges, and then these incredibly gorgeous like gilded golden and orange trees, all the buildings that rise around it. I just think this area is one of the most beautiful places in game, let alone the actual statue itself that is really the only part of her that we have left.
I know.
It's just so gorgeous.
Now, why don't we talk about adding this as a guild decoration? Because that would be delicious.
What, that statue?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it would break
like
the
a legendary guild decoration. Maybe not that scale, but I would love to have these like jade pylons. I think this piece in particular is, you know, when you're thinking of expansions, you think of a couple assets that, you know, really hit home and go above and beyond. For Heart of Thorns, I think of Tarir. For Path of Fire, I think of, what do I think of?
Ham sandwiches.
No, I think for Path of Fire, I tend to actually think of Joko quite a bit, and the Bone Palace. But for End of Dragons, this really sticks out in my mind as being one of the more visually dynamic and interesting, because at every angle you're like, when you first see it, you're like, what is that? And then you're moving around it, and then once you get over to here, you see Suwon's face just right in front of you. And I think for me, this was actually the very first time I saw the model, because I actually hadn't gone to the story chapter yet. So I was like, is that Suwon? And then Ella McKay is right here, so you can get some more
I don't actually think I knew
lore.
that, honestly, until now. That's kind of embarrassing, but I don't think I actually knew until now. But like, I mean, just looking at it.
There are details all the way up and down this statue. Like I'm trying to fly right now all the way to the top. And like even in the little curve of her tail up here at the very top of this statue, there are these little carvings in the water and the waves, and this sort of motif that you see sometimes in traditional Japanese art, although the walls surrounding this plaza, I think, have like the paintings on them, I think have a Korean influence. But it's, my gosh, it's just incredible. Like from top to bottom, it is fully detailed, and it's just such a gorgeous set piece. Like you're saying, it's so iconic to this expansion. Kroof.
I'm in Suwon's mouth. You can sit in her mouth.
The majesticness has just been, the level of that has just been risen.
I'm sorry.
I am
so majestic and beautiful.
No,
I'm in her mouth.
Right now, they didn't put an invisible wall, so you can actually just like sit on her in her mouth.
I just climbed in there.
I did. Now there was kind of a missed opportunity with this. This could have been a jumping puzzle.
It could have been, right?
Where you go all the way to the top, and
but
there's
we're trying
chest.
to respect the dragon, not like sit on the face.
I made it to the top. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can go all the way up here. And actually, if you make it up to the very, 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 very top of it, you can stand on the very top of it. And you have a clear shot to the moon. You just see the moon up in the sky and this like swirl of stars. And interestingly enough, so cool! The skybox seems to originate up here. So just above her, there is this like glowing patch, a circle, and all the rest of the starscape seems to spread out from where this statue is in this zone.
Yeah. That's it. It does. Yeah.
Kind of
I'm working my way up.
Isn't that cool?
I didn't realize
kind of
they were the waves as well on this. This is Well, the sound's messed up here. Uh-oh. Maybe it's me.
And for this to be
Ooh.
such, I'm not sure how digital art and everything works, but like for this to be scaled up to such a massive height and width and still have such detail and look so polished and finished, they did incredible on this.
You can even see constellations up here. Holy cow!
And there's a lot of it, actually. Oh yeah, it looks like a Big Dipper. Like kind of.
I mean,
almost.
I wonder if those are the celestial constellations, right? Because there's the celestial creatures that are part of the Canthan lore.
Right.
And...
Yeah. Huh. Wow. Yeah,
Beautiful.
we are like pretty high in the world right now.
This is so beautiful. Okay, now jump.
This is majestic.
Which way we going? Which side? There's water
wait,
for
we're
sure
actually going through.
right?
Okay.
Oh god. Oh boy. Oh,
Shall
geez.
we? Let's jump
gliding,
in.
no
No,
gliding.
let's jump towards the dock because it'll be the furthest fall.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
Are you gonna
Give
do
each other
dodge jump?
swiftness. I'm gonna give you all swiftness.
Okay.
Okay.
3,
Princess,
2,
princess.
1, go.
Dodge jump. Oh no, I did the wrong thing.
Just keep going. Just keep pressing.
I think
W.
you're gonna have to. You have to W. Or you're gonna clip it.
Just keep
You
going.
might
Just
have
keep
to
going.
glide a tiny
may have
bit. just
cheated.
I made
to
it. I made it past it.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
this is so sad. Will we hit the water? Can we hit the water? No, we're too far. We're not going at no much of an angle.
What? I saw you, Jake.
Don't glide. You better hit.
Oh,
I was committed. I was
I'm
committed.
died. I almost got into the fish barrel though. That was pretty good.
I made it to a crate.
Yeah, how are you two doing?
You must
Just
revive
a
us.
nap. I'm just
Should've
trying to take a
glided.
nap and get on the next boat, maybe as a stowaway.
Free stream was one now. Oh my god. I just read that.
Suwon is very accommodating, I must say.
That was
That's cool.
that was a good way to end it. Actually, I think that was actually quality one. Thank you for that
Yes.
suggestion. But yeah, absolutely, yeah, really, really good one. There is definitely a lot more to see. We will definitely do another one of these shows, probably in another couple of months for sure. Are you okay there, Kroof?
Oh yeah, I forgot that my camera's on. My hands are so cold.
Groof, put on a sweater or something. Jeez.
You forgot
A
that?
sweater on my hands. I don't know why. I thought
Wait,
because
what?
I don't see you. I only have one monitor. I'm getting.
Groof, those are called gloves.
Oh,
Sweater.
I was wondering what
I
you
only
were
have one monitor,
doing.
so I thought we were literally just on a Discord call.
Okay, then. True.
But I actually love this. I think the design is amazing. The fact that the skybox originates above her, I think gives a sense that she is the central focal point of this city, but also she is the heart of the universe, right? As far as we know it,
Yeah,
or at least the immediate world. So very cool. That's cool to go up there.
That was lovely.
Very nice.
Wicked.
Group
Okay.
photo.
Group photo.
Group photo.
There's a rabbit on my face. Wow.
Oh, you're
Listen,
turned this way. Oh wait, hold on. Hold up. I got
didn't
it.
suggest the group
got it.
photo. Okay, I know I didn't suggest it. I'm sorry. On the bot, I don't even know if that was a good photo, but like all of us together, you are so tall. Like you are so tall. Your character is ginormous.
I can't help how powerful and majestic and giant I am, you know?
True. I went for I always go for tiny people. Well, not tiny people, but like I normally go for
Is that why
race
you bully me? Is that why you bully me, Jebro?
Yes.
Wow.
Jeez.
Sad.
Okay, I'm gonna chuck us over to the cameras bigger non-female supremacy. Something like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. This was so good. I missed you all. I'm so glad to be back. It's been such a busy month, but it's so good to be back
Oh
on the
yeah,
podcast.
absolutely. We have missed your face. It's good to have you back. Someone's been out every week, I think.
It's that time of year.
Mostly.
It's busy.
Yeah, we've had some great guests, but we do have the core people. There is a core 4. We might be adding a core 5th, who just is here the whole time. Who is here most of the time. Grant Herald has been here a lot.
I was gonna say Fornax. I was like,
Yeah, we might
has
just
been
add.
around.
We might just add Fornax to the perma group and people who just kind of pop in and out. But yeah, we've got this core group of people, and we add and take away, and I've got 6 slots, like, you know, overlays, so I might as well just add people. Might do that for Christmas. Guild Wars 2 review / GeoGuessr could be kind of fun. It's going to be very chill and laid back, that's for sure. Otherwise, we are done for the episode 34. Probably one more episode might squeeze to it. It really just depends on what we're all doing. Because Christmas holidays, people have things to do. And there's, like, you know, rest is a good thing as well, which you all should be having, hopefully. This episode will be on probably, in the next couple of weeks on audio. Actually, it doesn't matter if you're here listening to this live. I don't know why I'm talking about that. So it doesn't matter. Go and watch all the past episodes on YouTube if you want to see all the video. Also on Spotify for all the video as well. So this is definitely more of a visual episode, but I know people do listen to these as well. But if you want to go and watch the VOD, go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JebroUnity, or to twitch.com/JebroUnity as well. Or watch or listen on Spotify, because Spotify, you will be able to watch the video there because you can do it there as well. Wicked. Awesome. Kroof, what do you do where you do it? Tell us what you do so we can come check your stuff out. Sorry.
So when the teacher calls on you, you're not prepared. You're like,
I know.
What page are we on? Hi everyone, I'm Kroof. I have been making quite a few videos over on my YouTube, talking mostly about the recent balance patch and, you know, kind of just testing all of the classes. And I also stream here on Twitch, usually every day of the week or so, cool. Give or take a few days. But yeah, it's getting the holiday season. Make sure you're resting up, make sure you're getting cozy and warm, and you're eating some good food, because it's the time for yourself, because you are a gift.
You're worth it.
That was so corny.
You're worth
God.
it.
Who legally allowed you to say that?
It was sweet. I liked it.
I mean, it was very therapist-y, so I'm with you on that one. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm very good. It's all good. Epic person. Kroof. Kroof is an epic person.
I'll go again.
Rick, what do you do?
Fine, we can just keep outroing Kroof for the rest of the show. That's fine.
It's okay. I love improv. Yes, and yes, and.
Yes.
I am Kroof the second. The second version of Kroof that came out wasn't as good as the original, it turned out, but I'm trying my best, doing the best that I can. And I've tried to rebrand myself as a result into Rookery, so ROOKURI. You can find me online. Definitely not Kroof, but doing my own thing in this world as good as I can. So I do a lot of stuff with both Final Fantasy XIV and Guild Wars 2. I love MMORPGs, as I've said many times, and as if you've ever tuned in or watched any of my content, I'm sure you know I have big feelings about games that we love, and we get to share those together and just have a great time celebrating the things we love about games and having good discussions about other elements in our communities, world, selves, lives, or games too. So you can find me on this podcast as well as Aetheryte Radio, the Final Fantasy XIV podcast that I'm on. And you can find my content on Twitch and YouTube at Rookery, ROOKURI again. You can find me on Twitter at Rookery_, and you can find me on Instagram at Rookery. One of these days, I'll pry the suspended Rookery account out of Twitter's hands. But so far, even with Elon Musk setting the whole company on fire, I cannot get it, but I've tried. So everywhere Rookery except for Twitter, where it has an _ at the end. But we're always happy to hang out, chat, and I have some shoutcasting coming up as well this week. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but some of you might know some of the things that are happening in the MMO sphere. So tune in. I do a lot of that too when I'm not live on my own channel or on the podcast.
Awesome. Make sure you let us know when you're allowed to talk about it. I guess World of Warcraft is doing some stuff.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so everyone, make sure you check that out live. Also, just check everyone's stuff out. If you go and follow them on Twitter and do all the things, then you can find out where they're doing the stuff and you can check out their things. You can also subscribe to their channels as well. Massively do it. And yeah, Rook got moved into a brand new house this past week. Very exciting. It was past week. Yeah, it was this past week. Yeah. Which is massively exciting. So life, end of the year, 2023, entering well.
And entering well? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, I don't know. Been a weird week.
Exiting and entering well 2022.
Yes, we did.
We're looking forward to 2023. Your gift, like Kroofs said, take care of yourselves.
Yes, give me the gift of your subscription this week. It was my birthday. I was 41, people. Give me the gift of a subscription on YouTube. That's what you can do.
Wow, what a shill.
It was a shill.
But actually, though, since you brought it up.
You said that so loudly that your mic clipped the audio down. Still doing it.
Happy birthday, Jebro.
Thank you, Rookery.
Really happy for you. Congratulations, you're amazing.
Thank you. I know. I being born was hard. It was very difficult.
For you personally, I would imagine. Yeah.
It was a struggle. It was a struggle. Narrow passages. I'm very good at those.
Entering narrow passages.
Exiting.
That's
the opposite of birth.
Well, we're very happy that you're here for another year. We're very glad that you were born because it turns out, love you a lot. So.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? All right. Oh, woo. Indeed, we started with an woo and we're ending with an woo.
Cyclical.
Also, if you do want to come and... No, that's it. We're done.
No coming.
We're going to raid someone.
No coming.
No coming. That's Al Pacino. Al Pacino's the only one allowed to come. So, it's a game of what's.
I think that might be the worst, best, final, last word of this podcast. No coming. See you on...
You're not allowed to come until next time. And we could be 2 weeks away. In some marriages, that's quite generous. Sorry.
It's not November anymore, Jebro. Everybody can come. It's
December.
These nuts December. Oh no.
Go too far. Wait, did we end the stream?
No, we're still going. It's the outro. It's the longest bit of the stream. This is actually the content. You know, when I look at where people have viewed the VOD, it's like our intro is like everyone's there and everyone's at the outro. In the between, there's like content there. No one watches. It's just literally. This is it's literally this. Yeah, I could just.
They only want this nonsense.
Yeah. I could edit the whole show down with just the intro and the outro, and it would be so much shorter and just still get the same viewership.
I mean, Jebro, I do have to say, if anybody's out there that has the time, because I don't think you had the time, but if anybody had the time and they just wanted to put every single WTF moment that's ever happened on this podcast together, I would watch that over and over and over. Starting with syphilis and making it here to this beautiful day.
Jesus.
Poor Brad.
We've got
Brad.
some clips,
We've had a journey, haven't we?
I tried to chapter it at times, and I'm just like, I can't. It takes. I'd have to watch every single podcast. I just don't have the time anymore. I wish there was like a WTF. Like, here you go. Yeah, click this bit. Okay. Yes, it has been a massively awesome journey. Another year of the Lightbringers podcast is coming to an end. And you can do that as much as you want between now and the next episode, because we will see you next time. Come along and join us. Goodbye. Where's the outro? There we go. All right. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channel, Twitch, Spotify, all the things. Join us live every week. Thank you for that. Just as I was fading out, the damn music.